Hello, frog fans. That was a loud one. Anyways, I have chocolate on my finger. Where'd that even come from? Does that ever happen to you? Anyways, welcome back to the work table. Today, I think I'm going to get some mottling out. Not that one. Not that one. Is it up here maybe? Nope. Creases. There it is. Find my sponge. There it is. It's funny, there's a lot more blue in this than there is purple. There's a little bit of purple in it, but like the sponge turns so much more purple than it does blue. Weird. So, on other notes, guess who has to go get tested for COVID? This guy. Or gal. Or person. Me. Don't freak out. I'm not anywhere near you. I don't feel sick, and I haven't been in direct contact with someone who has it. However, someone at my dad's factory has it. And we have no way of knowing if my dad was working in close quarters with this person, because they're not allowed to tell them who it is that has it. Which, in a way I understand because of, what's it called? Like legal reasons and confidentiality and all that, but at the same time, shouldn't, like, if they knew who it was, my dad would be able to know if he has been in direct contact with this person, because a factory is a big place. He could not have come into contact with this person at all, or it could be the guy that, he was sitting down at lunch with. We don't really know. So, as a precaution, we're all going to get tested. Gonna go get a big old Q-tip shoved up into my brain. Not literally, just my nose. It's funny because when my government released a video of what to expect when you get tested for COVID. And in the video for what to expect when you're getting tested, they take this great big long Q-tip and shove it way back into this lady's skull and swirl it around like they're trying to snake the drain or something. It's like, we gotta get a little bit of brain out of there, just hold still. But, when you see other videos of people who have recorded this test being done, the person just, they put it into their mouth first, swivel it around in the back of the throat, and then they stick it up their nose, and they don't stick it way back there, they just stick it maybe halfway in and go, done. So I'm not sure what to expect. Should I expect, to get it way back into my brain, or should I expect it to just go, done? Guess Perhaps I should expect both and hope for one. I don't know, maybe I want them to do it where it goes way back into the brain, because maybe that's more effective and a more definite way. I don't know. Maybe it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another, who knows. So I'm not really concerned about having it, but you know, it is a possibility, I suppose, so it'll be nice to have it done with and have the answer. Before I started filming, I went down and collected a kit from the basement that was baking in the oven and put on some laundry, and I was down there in the dusty basement and, you know, picking up laundry that's been sitting down there for a while and disturbing all this dust, so obviously my throat gets irritated and I start coughing, and I'm like, tell me it's just the dust. Tell me it's just the dust. It's just the dust. So after I come back, I'll probably end off the video with talking about how it went and what it's like, because, you know, you see it happening and you're on videos and you're like, oh, how would that feel? People describe it as being unpleasant, but not necessarily painful. I mean, I've had a bug fly up my nose and get stuck before. Is it anything like that? I'm almost expecting something along the lines of that feeling, but instead of being like a little fruit fly or a gnat or whatever, it's gonna feel like a freaking bumblebee went up there. Which would be really sad, because whenever bugs go up your nose, they kind of tend to die. Am I the only one who has had bugs fly up their nose more than once? Is this just me? The first time it happened, I was a little kid, and I was so freaked out because I thought the bug was gonna, like, still be alive and crawl up into my brain and lay eggs and crap. I keep touching my face. Although I guess it doesn't matter, because if I already have it, I already have it, and touching my face isn't gonna freaking matter. The only time that really matters is when you're out and about and stuff. mean, if I were to get it, chances are I'd have a pretty good chance of being fine. But, you know, you never know for sure. I mean, I don't have the world's best immune system. Ow, my kneebel. Ow, jeez, I'm beating myself up here. Beating myself up. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? So this is the Nicole kit. That is my first custom baby. I'm trying to work on her at least a little bit every day, for the reason that she is a custom kit. So she kind of, like, in that respect, takes priority over all the other dolls and stuff I have going on. Get behind the ear on this one. Okay. Get some more paint on sponge, do the back of her head. Speaking about, you know, sickness and stuff, my poor little bunny rabbit wasn't feeling well over the weekend. I don't know if it was the heat or what it was, but she stopped eating. Not completely stopped eating, but, you know, she wasn't eating normally, and for rabbits, that's really not good, because they can get something called GI stasis, which is, you know, if they're... Hang on one sec. Okay! Sorry, my mom was talking. Telling us that we're gonna leave in about an hour to go get my brain probed. Good God. Someone just shut me up now. Anyways, GI stasis in rabbits. It's when their gastrointestinal tract stops moving, and for rabbits that's really bad. It can even cause death. So it's really bad when they stop eating. She hadn't stopped eating completely, but she wasn't eating how she normally eats, and she didn't want her favorite treat, which is bananas. But I syringe fed her on the first night that it happened, and she's not quite back to normal now, but she is eating her normal meals, and she is eating her favorite snacks. So I think she's okay. And things on the business end are good, so... You know, if things are going out after they go in, that's a good sign. If you catch my drift. We're still seeing little Nesquik cereals in the litter box, if you know what I mean. If you know what Nesquik cereal is, and if you know what rabbit turds look like, that joke is hilarious. Okay, that's one layer of mottling. What else? Gonna take out the vinyl putty. Just gonna mix up a tiny bit to cover over. In one of the fingers on the Claire kit I'm painting, she had an air bubble in her finger, so I filled it, but there's still a tiny little crack on her finger that I just want to go over one last time. It's on my finger. The doll's finger, not my finger, stupid. Headless baby! Okay, well anyways, I just built, weighted Clyde's body, because all of his limbs were done. Now I just gotta work on his hair and his other details on his face. And then he'll be all finished. And ready to go up for sale. And then my eyes finally came in. Like 2 months. It was the end of May when I ordered these, and it said like 2 weeks they would come, and then like the tracking updates just stopped dead, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get through to someone who would give me, burp, that would give me an answer like on should I expect to ever get these? And you know, part of me was like almost given up, like I'm never gonna get these eyes. But they finally showed up. My mom woke me up and she's like, hey, I don't want to wake you up, but your eyes came in, and I'm like, yay, my eyeballs! And then I went back to sleep and opened them later. So these are acrylic eyes. They're from Ico, and I normally don't like acrylic eyes, but these ones are pretty darn good. These were the eyes that I had for her originally, but they don't really fit against her eye sockets properly. And I gotta say, these are pretty good. These ones are a millimeter smaller. They're like a platinum, so they're like supposed to be better quality than these ones. So I could try and put them in, but they're a millimeter smaller, so I'm not sure if they're gonna fit properly. And then I got some brown eyes and some blue eyes. These are probably the best acrylic eyes I've ever seen, so I would say worth it. Okay, so before we sign off, I just wanted to show you this adorable little shoe booty sock thing that I knitted. I've been trying to find a pattern for shoes / booties that works for years now, and I think I finally found one. It's like a combination of different patterns that I found online and a little bit of improvising. And it's working pretty well. So I can make shoes now. Yay! And you can have shoes. Boop, boop. Anyways, so just gonna sit here with Fox for a second while I briefly explain. I didn't end up getting tested for COVID today because we ended up going to the wrong place. There's 2 places by the same name in the city, and we were supposed to go to the one on the other end of town. We went to the one on this end of town, and by the time we figured it out, there was just no way we were going to make the appointment in time, so we have to go tomorrow instead. So when that happens, I'll make sure to talk about it. Let's hope I'm not sick, huh? Yeah? I hope so. Alright, well, anyways, that's going to be all for today. Keep living the frogling's life. Wish me luck, and I'll see you tomorrow. Say bye, Fox. Every time I try to make them wave, I end up making them hit themselves in the face. Oh my god. Bye, everybody.